Your grandmother told you to eat this or eat that and don't eat that, but when we're kids, we don't think about it, right? You know what this is? It's mixed in with something. Looks like looks like that meat mixed with noodles or something, but it's liver and it's liver and it's mixed with potatoes. I had a little health scare and I spent a lot of money trying to figure out what it was. I mean, I got every vitamin. I mean, I've bought every vitamin for every process that I could find. And the whole time, all I had to do was go buy some liver and eat some liver. Liver, so the last few days I've been eating liver and at a restaurant, liver and what do you call that stuff? Grits. And so I Googled what was in liver and grits, and it's stuff that I didn't buy. So B9, folic and B9 and some other stuff. But liver or any organ is packed with vitamins and with other stuff. And so if you have a mineral deficiency, it's going to affect you. Who knows? Maybe COVID attacked people's organs, it's probably did. But the way I was eating, it wasn't healthy, and I cut back sugar. I mean, the first thing I did was cut back sugar. That helped. Next thing I did is went into MCT oil, and I started fasting. MCT oil helped, fasting helped. Everything was helping, but there was still a glitch. I just didn't feel right. And so I went to a different restaurant, and I looked on the menu, and it said eggs with liver pudding. And I thought, liver. I've always been told that liver's good for you. So I ate it. And I ate the liver and the grits. Within 30 minutes, everything was fixed. Problem solved. Now, I had to go through that for 3 months. I didn't tell anybody really, but I started studying every doctor, every guru, everybody I could. Learn how to be a doctor, be my own doctor. And so everything that I've learned, so the last 3 months I've been studying everything I could on medical and on food and everything. It's the only reason I'm sharing this information, to give somebody hope. Whatever you're dealing with, there's hope out there, and there's a book out there. I haven't bought it yet, but I'll probably buy it. Let food be your healing. Let food be thy medicine. I think it's probably not said that way. Let food be your medicine or something like that. Let food be thy medicine. The word thy needs to come back. Let food be your medicine. Thy is faster to say. Let food be thy medicine. The reason the THY fits so good is because TH is the ether, Y is like a U raised up on a pole. So the THY actually points to you as a word, because the Y, our, Jesus died for everybody on the pole to raise you up from a U to a Y. Let food be thy medicine. Anyway, all you have to do is type it in. You'll find it. I don't remember the title, but I'm going to look it up later. But I've learned some stuff. learned a lot, to be honest with you. Stuff I didn't even know. I should have known. I should have been. I was just taking everything for granted, you know. Biggest thing I learned is sugar is a poison. It's your worst enemy. Why putting poison in your body? So that all brings me to this video that I want to talk about. I started cutting unhealthy people out of my life a long time ago. You might care for them in the natural. You might you love them in the natural, but if they're not healthy, if they're not building you up, if they're not healthy, they need to go. It doesn't matter if it's this is my opinion. If you got a spouse who's tearing you down, destroying your health and everything else, they got to go. Messing with your mind games, gaslighting, attacking your soul, they got to go. A gaslighter, David said, let no liar be in my face. Let no liar be in my house. David said that. And so the gaslighters and the liars, they got to go. I don't care if they're your spouse. I don't care if it's your children, your parents, your blood, your neighbors, your job, whatever it is, they got to go. If they're not healthy, cut them off. The music, whatever it is, the cell phones, the internet, whatever's not healthy, cut it off. And that includes sugar. 15 miles to empty. I think I can make it. Cut it off. Cut them off. Now think about it. Look at this dude here. He's doing 50 on the highway. Look at that. Renner, cut him out. I had one who was, look at him. He must be drunk. He must be drunk. Something wrong with him. Anything that is not healthy, any person, now you can give them some time to get right, but usually if they get worse. And if they just keep wanting to pull you down, they want to vampire off of you and pull you down to their level, get away from them. Yeah, something wrong with him. He shouldn't even be driving. He was sitting up on the steering wheel real close. Like he's in another world. So anyway, think about it. Whether it's music, whether it's audio, whether it's video, whether it's anything that's not healthy. Spirit, soul, body. Why would you want it in your world? If it's not healthy, spirit, soul, and body, why would you want it? Even the Apostle Paul, he says, I pray that your spirit, soul, and body prosper, be well, and prosper. Why would you want to put something in your body like sugar unless you're ignorant of it? It's a poison. It really is. I was ignorant. I didn't believe it. It's a poison. It's a poison. I didn't believe it was a poison until it hit me, and the doctor said your sugar's like way up here. It was off the roof. I mean, it was way up there. I mean, 600 or something. I should be dead by now, but I'm not. I don't remember how much it was. I got the printout, but I know it was high. I shouldn't even be alive, according to what I'm understanding about it. But anyway, if you cut back sugar, all your pain will go away, and you'll feel like you're 10 or 20 years younger, for real. But back to what I was saying. So life is a process. It's a process. Sometimes you don't know who, because you're in the growth process. Most of the time we are our own worst enemy, right? We are our worst enemy. We do stuff that's not healthy, and we destroy ourselves more than somebody on the outside. But when you wake up to the fact, hey, you got to be healthy. body, soul, spirit. And then when you wake up to the fact that you got to be healthy, you start to cut people out of your life. If you start to wake up to it, and you listen to words, the words that you can actually see who are the enemy of your soul by their words and by their actions. The only reason you let them across a boundary is because somewhere down the line you think it's normal for somebody who's unhealthy to be in your world, but it's not normal. They got to go. They're abnormal. But when you wake up to your own unhealthy, abnormal mindset, heart, spirit, whatever, just like a narcissist, you don't know what narcissism is until you go through it, and you say, oh, and then you have to go through a transformation process in yourself before you say, I'm not putting up with a narcissist anymore. Think about it. A narcissist is a pirate. To make it really simple, a narcissist is not only a pirate, it's a magician pirate. Because a narcissist at its root is trying to flip identities, trying to steal your gifts and your identity and your power and your strength and your peace. They're void, right? So they're trying to get an extension of themselves. They're actually dead. And if you've ever been married to one, you're wasting your time. If you call them out on their junk and they don't change or don't see it or don't admit it, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, you start to wake up and realize, and most of the time they'll flip everything and blame you. Not only are they pirates, they're magicians. They're sorcerers. They're witches. So if you're married to one, they might not even know they're a witch. There's a lot of people who think they're saved and they're not. They think they're saved, but they never got born again, so they're not saved. And so they've got one foot in witchcraft, sorcery, and they got one foot in believing the Bible. How else do you think Solomon fell into it? He had to fall into it with just inference. I could see how he could fall into it. Here's how he fell into it. So he met this woman, and she said, I believe the Bible. Now, she was lying through her teeth, but she believes everything. I believe Jesus is God, but she also believes that tree is God, or that car is God, or that person is God, or that animal over there is God. She believes everything is God. So yeah, they believed like Solomon, but they also believed in their sorcery, witchcraft, their idolatry, their faith, false doctrines, and false gods. And so these fake gods that they believed, it was just like a little ritual that she might have been doing. She had to burn a candle every Wednesday or something, or she had to do some kind of ritual, right? In the Old Testament, there were rituals that Israel followed. So you could see how he would fall. But the problem is, God warned him, and his own mother warned him. She says, give not your strength unto women. It's not for kings, O Lemuel, to give your strength unto women. I got 10 miles, but it's acting like it's wanting to run out of gas. Hope I can make it. It's getting low on, just trying to run out. We were 10 miles. Let's see if I can coast. It's not for kings, for all the mule, for to give thy strength unto women, or to drink strong wine. So he gave his strength over to those witches. The secret to this life is believe the Bible over your own understanding. Don't lean on your own understanding, just believe the Bible. And a witch can say she believes the Bible all day long, but that don't mean she really believes it, because the Bible, they'll pick and choose what they want. Have no other God but before, they'll throw that out. They only pick and choose the verses out of context, just like the Pentecostals pick and choose out of context. Blows your mind. You can't take anything out of context, because if you take it out of context, you'll go into your own delusions. And if you ever, like I say, if you ever been married to one like that, you know what I'm talking about, and it's nothing but it's confusion and every evil work, you know. Confusion to the hilt. So you've got to get the people who are not healthy out of your life. You got to get the liars out of your life. You got to get the false doctrine out of your life. You got to get the witches, the warlocks, whoever, whatever you are. Doesn't matter if it's blood, neighbors. It doesn't matter what it is. The music, cut it off. Oh, it sounds good. That's why they want it to sound good, to get you to like the sound so that you accept the doctrine, the false doctrine of other gods or self-worship. It's real, people, and it's happening 24/7, 7 days a week. And what happens is you start to cut people off, even online. You cut people off online, in the world, and eventually, so when you start to move towards that, you cut unhealthy people out. You eventually get down to almost, in the real world, there's almost zero. Online, you might have a few, but in the real world, it comes almost like there's zero healthy people around you. And you're like, where'd everybody go? I thought they were healthy when they were in my world, but now that I've grown and see that they're not, I had to cut that one off. Then that one, then that one, then that one. You're not judging them, but you know that that's not who you, that they're not on your frequency. You're not judging them. You're just not at that level. You move to a new level. And I was thinking about this in another way, another vein as well, where what happens is, as you change, people just drop off. But as you approach the mind of Christ, as you approach the right way of thinking about this place being Babylon, and everything in front of you is an image, a symbology of a deeper truth. As you grow and you start, people just drop off, you know. Whether you cut them off or they drop off, same thing to me. Because they'll try to, as you're growing, so as you're stepping, let's say that door is your destination. As you're approaching that destination, they're trying to pull you over here this way, or pull you over this way, but you got your eyes focused on the destination, and which is the what? The mind of Christ. So the mind of Christ is your destination. They don't want the mind of Christ. They want the mind of the world. And so they just drop off by the wayside, really.